Dandadan just did something I never thought it would. It made me cry.
My future, my hope, all my sorrows, all my struggles, all my hopes. What will I do? I can't even resist. Oh my God, if it doesn't oh my God.
This episode threw me for a loop, bruh. I thought this episode was gonna follow the typical trope, Momo and Okarun defeating acrobatic Silky, saving the day, and Okarun getting one of his balls back. But man, ever since this series began, everybody has been hyping up episode 7, and now I know why. We got the tragic backstory of acrobatic Silky and why she became so obsessed with Ira. Bro, I had to watch this episode multiple times just to make this video because there were so many things I missed during my first viewing. After being saved from acrobatic Silky in the last episode, Momo and Okarun are desperately trying to keep Ira away from the yokai. So Momo devises a plan using Okarun as a decoy to entangle Silky's hair in the beams, trapping her so that Okarun can attack. At first, everything seems to be going their way. They severely weaken acrobatic Silky and even retrieve one of Okarun's balls.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
But they fail to save Ira because she's dead. According to Turbo Granny, ordinary humans eaten by a yokai will die. Momo and Okarun try their best to resuscitate her, with Momo massaging her heart and Okarun giving her CPR. However, acrobatic Silky steps up and offers to save Ira by transferring her own aura into her. Obviously, Momo and Okarun aren't just gonna trust her given that she just tried to kill them. To prove her sincerity though, the yokai tears out her own mouth, vowing she won't harm them or Ira again. Reluctantly, Momo begins to transfer Silky's aura into Ira's body with her psychic powers, and that's when she begins to see glimpses of the yokai's painful backstory. Man, there is so much to talk about when it comes to this episode. It felt like I was watching a depressing movie, but I'd be lying if I said this episode wasn't beautifully directed. Once we delve into acrobatic Silky's backstory, we learn that as a human, she worked as an escort to take care of herself and her daughter. I still don't know how I caught that so quickly, but there was a few visual cues like the clothes on the floor and the bra just gave it away. What makes her backstory even more cruel is the implication that her daughter was most likely conceived with one of her clients. Just the thought of that makes my heart sink. Science Sorry did a phenomenal job balancing the tones of joy and the gritty realities of the world. Silky spending quality time with her daughter, teaching her ballet, buying her clothes while doing work to support her is just gut-wrenching. She gave everything to ensure her daughter could have a better life, but the world refused to grant her even a shred of happiness. This episode's subtlety was incredible, prompting me to watch it again to catch everything. One detail I noticed was that there was a few cuts showing someone working as a janitor, and there was another cut to someone at a convenience store. At first I thought these were random shots, but now I'm convinced that they were showing Silky herself working multiple jobs alongside being a hooker to make ends meet because she never had enough money to provide for her child. Then came the brutal assault. Those men were most likely her past customers, attacked her and took her daughter. While the anime doesn't explicitly explain why they beat her, my assumption is that it could be because she tried to leave that life and didn't show up for work, or she spent the money meant for someone else to buy her daughter that dress. When Silky realized it was too late and she couldn't save her daughter, she went to the rooftop. Her final dance was hauntingly beautiful. It was almost like a ritual, an offering to a wicked and uncaring universe that had stolen her only source of happiness. And the music as well throughout the entire flashback sent chills down my spine. And then she jumped, taking her own life. At first I was confused about what happened, but I think the studio censored this panel, which was probably the reason why it was unclear at first. Another thing I noticed upon my rewatch was that during her first encounter with Ira, Silky was already a ghost. The anime framed it like she was a homeless person wandering the streets, but the fact that Ira could see her when no one else could is quite poetic. A mother who lost her daughter and a daughter who lost her mother were connected by fate. Silky believed Ira was her literal daughter because she had forgotten about her own past life, and this obsession over Ira led to everything that has happened up to now. When Ira's character was first introduced, I couldn't stand her. Now, I'm crying like a bitch. Ira's heartfelt farewell to Silky, calling her mother and wishing that her and her daughter would reunite in the afterlife, hit me hard. I was on the floor crying my eyes out, bro. Acrobatic Silky was a great mother through and through. She couldn't save her own daughter, but she saved another. Her aura now lives on within Ira, and I hope this finally brings her some peace. Science Sorry deserves a standing ovation for this episode. This year has been packed with standout anime episodes, but this might just be the episode of the year. They absolutely cooked with this one. The animation was so good that for a moment I thought Mappa animated it. Whoever decided to contrast such gorgeous animation with such a horrific backstory is a genius. A studio founded in 2013 with only 50 employees is producing work like this, while other studios with more staff are using still frames.
Hey, y'all, come look at this.
But that's a video for another day. Mark my words, Science Sorry will become one of Japan's best anime studios. Guys, this episode left us all in tears, but it looks like the next episode will return to the goofy, light-hearted tone we all love. Ira's joining the gang, and with Silky's aura inside her, I wouldn't be surprised if she develops some sort of powers soon. Thank you for watching this video. Like, comment and subscribe for more Dandadan content. Let me know your thoughts. Manga readers, anime watchers, did you appreciate the subtlety that was shown in this episode? What do you think of Science Sorry's work so far? Thank you. Until next week, stay blessed.